Here's how it works. You get a phone call saying you've won the lottery. Even if you don't have a ticket, they say you just have to pay taxes on your winnings. But it's not real. It's a scam.
Every time Powerball or Mega Millions climbs past $1 billion, new lottery scammers are getting smarter. From fake winning announcements to insider schemes, lottery scams have stolen millions of dollars, and in some cases, entire life savings. Today, we're breaking down 6 new ways to spot lottery scams, 5 guaranteed ways to avoid jackpot scams, and finally, 3 things to do immediately if you've been scammed. These real-life strategies make sure you never lose your money to any lottery scam. Here are 6 new ways to spot lottery scams. Number 1. Unexpected notifications. The very first question you should ask yourself is simple: did I even play? Real lotteries never hand out prizes to random people, and they never contact winners out of the blue. If you didn't buy a ticket, there's no jackpot waiting for you. Yet this is exactly how scammers reel people in. They flood inboxes and phones with messages that start with vague greetings like "Dear winner" or "Congratulations, you've been selected." It sounds exciting, but it's a setup. Take the case of a group of Americans in 2023 who received emails claiming they'd won the UK International Lottery. None of them had ever entered, but some still wired thousands in claim fees, only to discover the prize never existed. That's the trap. They count on hope, blinding you to reality. And once they've got your attention, they move to the next step, demanding money up front. Number 2. Upfront payment demands. No real lottery will ever ask you to pay before you receive your winnings. Taxes and fees are always deducted from the payout itself, not requested in advance. But scammers thrive on this lie. They'll insist you need to cover processing costs, shipping, or even IRS clearance before your prize can be released. The payment methods they push, wire transfers, prepaid cards, or cryptocurrency, are chosen for one reason. Once the money is gone, it's gone forever. Consider the heartbreaking case of a Texas retiree who believed he'd won $2.5 million. The callers sounded convincing, even sending him official-looking paperwork. All he had to do, they said, was wire $75,000 to release the funds. He never saw a dime of the jackpot or his savings again. It's a classic setup. They create a prize too good to question, then demand money fast. And if you hesitate, they'll turn up the pressure next. Number 3. Urgent deadlines. Scammers know hesitation is dangerous for them, so they do everything possible to make sure you don't stop and think. That's why their messages almost always come with a ticking clock. Act now or lose your prize. You have 24 hours to respond. They create panic, pushing you into quick decisions before reality sets in. In 2024, the FTC reported a surge of cases where victims received calls claiming a courier was already on the way with a giant check. But there was a catch. The prize would expire unless fees were paid immediately. The rush of adrenaline convinced people to wire money that same day. When the deadline passed, there was no check, no courier, just an empty bank account. This false urgency is their weapon. And if pressure alone doesn't break you, scammers have another trick waiting: messages riddled with clues that give them away. Number 4. Poor grammar and spelling. Every official lottery uses polished, professional communication. Their emails come from verified domains, their letters are crisp, and their notices don't have a single typo. Scammers, on the other hand, often reveal themselves in the details. Awkward phrasing, sloppy grammar, or strange email addresses, like @powerball-claims.net instead of @powerball.com, are classic giveaways. One California woman nearly fell victim when she got an email declaring she'd won Mega Millions. At first glance, it looked real, until she noticed the subject line spelled it as Mega Millions. That tiny mistake saved her thousands. Another red flag is foreign phone numbers or strange area codes tied to official representatives. Real lotteries simply don't operate that way. These cracks in the story are easy to miss when excitement clouds judgment. But if you catch them, you've pulled off the mask. And if scammers can't fool you here, they'll try a more invasive tactic, demanding personal details. Number 5. Requests for personal information. When scammers can't squeeze money out of you immediately, they pivot to something even more dangerous: your personal information. They'll ask for your social security number, banking details, or even scans of your ID, claiming it's needed to verify your identity before releasing the prize. But the truth is, once you hand over those details, you've given them the keys to your entire financial life. In Florida, several victims received calls from people pretending to be lottery officials. The scammers sounded authoritative, insisting that social security numbers were required for tax reporting. Those who complied soon discovered credit cards and loans opened in their names, burying them in debt they never created. This isn't just a fake prize anymore, it's identity theft in disguise. And if you refuse to share sensitive information, scammers often make one last push, trying to lure you into clicking links or calling numbers that seem official. Number 6. Fake websites and accounts. The final defense against lottery scams is simple but powerful: verification. Real lotteries publish results on their official websites and provide trusted hotlines. Scammers, however, rely on fake links and spoofed phone numbers to trap victims before they double-check. Hover over a link in one of these winning notifications, and you'll often see it leads to a strange, unfamiliar address, not to Powerball.com or megamillions.com. During the record $1.6 billion Powerball draw in 2022, dozens of fake Twitter accounts popped up, each mimicking the official lottery brand. Thousands clicked on claim forms that led to malware, exposing their devices and personal data. The scam spread so quickly that even law enforcement issued public warnings. If the message doesn't hold up when cross-checked with official sources, it's a scam every time. Spotting these patterns is key, but recognizing red flags is only half the battle. The real protection comes from knowing exactly how to avoid them. 5 rules to avoid lottery scams. Rule 1. Never respond or engage. The moment you reply, even with a simple "I'm not interested," you've confirmed something crucial to the scammer: that you're a live target. From that point on, the floodgates open. More emails, more calls, more texts, all crafted to wear you down until you finally give in. That's why the very first rule is silence. Do not respond, do not click, do not engage. Take the case of an Illinois man who received an email congratulating him on a $500,000 prize. He ignored it and deleted the message. Others who replied, even just to say it was fake, found themselves bombarded with new scam offers daily, each one more convincing than the last. By cutting off communication immediately, he dodged a relentless cycle designed to break down resistance. Scammers thrive on interaction. Deny them that, and you take away their power. But silence alone isn't enough, because the next trap is all about money. Rule 2. No money, no info. The golden rule of avoiding lottery scams is simple: never send money and never share personal details. Real lotteries do not require you to pay processing fees or tax deposits up front. If someone asks for cash before you see a prize, it's a scam, period. But fraudsters count on excitement clouding your judgment, convincing you that a small payment now will unlock life-changing millions. One Ohio widow learned this the hard way. She was told she'd won $2 million, but first needed to wire $40,000 for IRS taxes. The scammers even sent her a fake check to build trust. By the time the bank flagged it as counterfeit, her savings were gone. Your money and your personal information are their prize, not the jackpot they dangle in front of you. Guard both fiercely, because once they're gone, recovery is nearly impossible. And when doubt creeps in, there's only one safe path: verification. Rule 3. Verify independently. If a message claims you've won, never trust the contact information it provides. Scammers design fake numbers, emails, and websites that look official but route you straight back to them. The only way to know the truth is to verify independently through the lottery's official website, hotline, or app. Real prizes are always listed publicly, and winners must come forward themselves. A man in New Jersey once received a convincing phone call telling him he'd hit $1 million Powerball jackpot. The caller had his name, address, even part of his ticket number. Instead of rushing to pay fees, he checked the official Powerball website. The results didn't match, and the prize never existed. His caution saved him from losing thousands. Scammers prey on trust. Independent verification cuts their scheme off at the knees. But even when you know the truth, protecting yourself requires stronger defenses they can't penetrate. Rule 4. Use security tools. Even the sharpest eye can slip, which is why you need defenses working quietly in the background. Spam filters can block phishing emails before they ever reach your inbox. Fraud alerts and credit freezes can stop identity thieves from opening accounts in your name. And antivirus tools can catch malware hiding inside those so-called claim form links scammers love to send. These tools don't just clean up messes, they prevent the trap from being sprung in the first place. A woman in New York learned this firsthand. Scammers tried to open a credit card using the social security number she'd given in a fake lottery call. But because she had a credit freeze in place, the application was flagged and denied. That single precaution saved her from years of financial damage. Technology can't stop every scammer, but it makes you a harder target. And when scammers do strike, the final rule is crucial. Report them before they move on to someone else. Rule 5. Report proactively. Silence is the scammer's greatest ally. Every unreported case allows them to refine their tactics and target the next victim. That's why reporting isn't just about protecting yourself, it's about cutting off their supply of new victims. Whether it's the FTC's reportfraud.ftc.gov, your state attorney general, or local police, filing a report creates a trail investigators can follow. And if money has already moved, alerting your bank quickly can sometimes stop the transfer before it vanishes overseas. In 2024, a Florida man realized he'd wired money to a lottery scammer. Instead of hiding in embarrassment, he called his bank within hours. The transfer was frozen, and most of his savings were returned. Others, too ashamed to report, lost everything. By speaking up, you protect yourself and warn the next potential target. What to do if you've been scammed? Even with the best defenses, scams can slip through. And if you've already taken the bait, clicked the link, wired the money, or shared your personal details, the most important thing is what you do next. Time is your strongest ally. First, contact your bank immediately. Explain what happened and request that they freeze or secure your accounts. In many cases, if the transfer hasn't fully processed, they can stop the money before it disappears overseas. Next, notify the Federal Trade Commission at reportfraud.ftc.gov. Every report adds to a database investigators use to track and shut down scam networks. From there, file a report with your local police. While it may feel embarrassing, that official record is often required if you need to recover lost funds or dispute fraudulent charges. Finally, monitor your credit report closely for unusual activity. Scammers don't always stop at one hit. They may try to use your identity again and again. By acting quickly and documenting every step, you can cut their scheme short and protect yourself from further harm. Remember, being scammed isn't the end. It's the moment you take back control. In conclusion, lottery jackpot scammers are always watching, waiting for the hype to peak so they can strike. From insider frauds that rigged the system to fake emails that drained life savings. The good news? You now hold the playbook. You know the red flags. You know the rules. If you found this eye-opening, hit subscribe for more deep dives. Give this video a like to spread awareness, and drop a comment below with the biggest scam attempt you've ever encountered. Together, we can keep the jackpot dream alive and shut scammers down for good.